So another series falls by the wayside, and you know how the saying goes, records are made to be broken, but right now we sound a whole lot like a broken record. Welcome to Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Yuengling Flight, the next generation of light beer. The Cubs trailing in extras by a dash. Alex Bregman put a sparking one to right field, however, not sparky enough. Another one-run defeat, this time courtesy of the Athletics. They fall in this series. The record in the series as of late, we'll get to that in just a little bit, but in the meantime, it's time for us to get this show on the road. This is Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. Cole Wright, Elise Menaker here at the Federal Landmark of Wrigley Field. And Elise, tough to unpack, but it's another disappointing loss. Yeah, I mean, they had an opportunity to take this one home and not even go to extras. So you have a couple-run lead going into the top of the 8th, and then they tie it up, and now you're trying to play catch-up and just win another ball game, and not the case tonight. And so this is another tough one, because even like last night, you know, Bregman, you're a few inches from changing this ball game, but these are the inches that matter. These are the hits that matter. These are the situations that matter. You know, the offense looked better tonight, making things happen, scoring along the way. You got Seiya, Suzuki, you know, seeing that power. Sure. That's always nice. But again, just another effort that falls short. And it was a patchwork, collaborative effort from the pitching perspective. You look at it, and it seemed to be an octet. That's what a group of 8 is called, right? Yeah. Okay, there were 8 Cubs pitchers out there this evening, and not all of them were good, not all of them were bad, but right here, this is a pitch that you wish you had back. Caleb Thielbar, we know how good he's been. Colby Thomas hits this one onto Waveland. And, you know, it's a fastball and a curveball that they get to here. It's Thielbar's curveball that's always really his thing, and that run gets around, and so now you're just talking about trying to close things down, prevent the damage. Yeah, and then Ethan Roberts comes in, another one of the guys that seemed to be on that string of Cubs relievers tonight. And when you take a look at the opportunities that were presented, a 4-2 lead, and then it goes away. It's a tie ball game, and you lose by 1 run. These close-knit contests, you can't keep squandering these leads. Yeah, so it's tough because this pitching situation, we know that, you know, they're doing everything that they can. Colin Ray, a good effort. Awesome. 5 1/3. Today, yes. So maybe off to more of a shaky start, gives up a couple early. You think that it could be an outing that gets away from him, but in Colin Ray fashion, it does not. He limits the damage, keeps this team in it, gives them a chance. And then the offense, they start scoring, they're tacking on runs. But like you're saying, you know, it's just the pitching needs to shut things down. The offense has to take advantage of opportunities, because when you're losing a ball game, now you start to analyze all the situations where they come up short. So whether you go back to looking at the offense, or whether we're looking at some pitching situations, you know, Thielbar not being able to close it out, which more often than not he does. Sure does. Do that. And so this is now when, you know, things just start to pile on, the situations, and it's tough. They got to get out of this one. Yeah, clearly not a case of everyone pulling the rope in the same direction, but when the hitters are hitting, the pitchers not necessarily getting things done. So the relievers, they can't come through every single night, Elise. It's just got to be that every guy does their job that night. The margins feel like they're small right now. The margin of error feels small, and so I think that's why, you know, these nights are heavy, because this is a game where they're in position. You're thinking Daniel Palencia is going to come in for the save. Yeah. And instead, it's a tie ball game when he's throwing. And so, yes, you know, little things are happening, uncharacteristic, say like a night with Thielbar, giving up some runs. Just maybe how we've been talking about the offense, right? Uncharacteristic, how there are moments where they can't come through, because even in the 10th, it's looking like, okay, they can get this run across. Well, that's not the case. Absolutely. We'll continue to talk about the Cubs' ability to flourish with runners on. However, it's their inability to push them across once they get them on. Are you good? No. That milk chocolate, it melted in your mouth and in your hand at that point. Right now, the fellas are just looking for something that'll help get them up off the mat. And will tomorrow be the day? Because smiles on the Athletics' faces, not how the fellas drew this conclusion up. A 5-4 defeat as they're out hit by 1 again, 10-9. And we'll continue to let you know how this one fell by the wayside and let you know how the fellas can get back to a winning mentality. That's next. This is Cubs Postgame Live.